Awesome. Welcome to today's session, Performance Perfected, Unlocking New Growth for E-commerce Sites. I'm Erica Sense, and I am so glad you're here with us today. Whether this is your first time joining a WP Engine event or you've been here with us before, thank you for being part of the conversation. Today's event is all about WP Engine's newest product, and we've got members of our team on hand to show you what's under the hood, live demo included. Before we get started, I have some quick housekeeping to take care of. First, yes, we will be sending this recording out. Second, feel free to use chat at any time. Our team is here online to answer questions. And last, please complete the survey that will pop up at the end of the session. Your feedback helps shape future events. And with that, I want to welcome two of WP Engine's experts, Britt Dreisbach, Lead Product Marketing Manager, and Cecilia Kirby, Senior Product Manager. Let's get into it. Hey, Britt, welcome.
Hi, thank you, Erica. Welcome, everyone. As Erica said, my name is Britt Dreisbach, and today we are going to be talking about our new e-commerce performance pack, which I'm really excited to share with you all. So on the agenda, we are going to cover some key pain points that we're trying to solve for our customers, specifically WooCommerce users. We're going to introduce the e-commerce performance pack, talk about all of the cool features and how that can impact you and your store. And then we'll get into some real world results and examples, and we'll pass it over to Cecilia to give us a wonderful live demo. So with that, we will get started. So here at WP Engine, we serve tens of thousands of WooCommerce customers, which makes us pretty familiar with the successes and struggles of running an e-commerce store. Most consistently, we hear issues around site speed, time wasted maintaining your site, and feeling stuck in the past in this age of innovation and AI. Most often, these complaints start with site performance because, as we all know, slow sites cost real conversions and revenue on your e-commerce site, which is leaving money on the table, so to speak. Unfortunately, we see Core Web Vitals impacted by scale, but we don't believe your site should suffer due to your success and growth. Second most common issue that we tend to see is around plugin conflicts and lack of built-in automation. We know that running an e-commerce store requires a lot of tools to run a store efficiently, but all those plugins and the maintenance of them cost your business time and sales. And then third, we've heard customers constantly asking, how do I make my site more engaging in this age of AI? How do I stay relevant with the ever-changing web? And that feeling of missing the next wave leaves you feeling like there's money left on the table as well without, AI-powered conversion tools and the like. And with the holiday season just around the corner, we know how important it is to solve these problems with easily implemented and self-maintaining solutions. So that is why we are so excited to introduce the e-commerce performance pack, where we believe we have performance perfected to help power any store, wherever, whenever you're ready. And so all that to say, we hear you, we hear the struggles that you're experiencing, and we've built a solution to support scaling WooCommerce stores because, again, your store growth shouldn't come at the cost of slow site speeds or lost revenue. If you want to scale WooCommerce successfully, you need the right tools to do so without the constant manual maintenance or tools that feel stuck in the past. And you deserve the right tools to do the work for you so you can work on shipping orders, expanding your store catalog, and growing your business. That's why today we're excited to introduce our e-commerce performance pack. It's purpose-built to solve these issues that we've been describing, which we've categorized into performance perfected, drive growth, and streamline operations. So in one line, this pack helps Woo stores run faster and helps you sell more while managing less. It's speed, growth, and automation all in one simple package. Now, let's dive in to look at what is included to help deliver on these promises. So Performance Perfected is all about speed because, again, as we all know, faster site speeds means more conversions. And with these tools, our customers are seeing up to 10 times faster load times. With PageSpeed Boost powered by NitroPack, dynamic plugin loading, slow query monitoring, and Evercache for Woo with LiveCart. Stores stay lightning fast and rock solid even during peak traffic and that sale that I know you all are planning. These tools offer you easy one-click enabling to boost your site performance, but they also offer deeper visibility into optimization opportunities for your site. This is the difference between a store that lags and a store that converts. All of these tools solve core problems that WooCommerce stores face at scale, and instead increase your site speeds, resulting in lower bounce rates, higher conversions, and fewer abandoned carts. Second, Drive growth brings checkout optionality and artificial intelligence, everyone's favorite buzzword, which propels your site experience into the future. Smart Search AI makes every product on your site easier to find. It accommodates misspellings, it understands contextual clues, and it can provide that GPT like experience that consumers expect nowadays. It also comes with AI-powered product recommendations to keep your shoppers engaged. And not only do these tools work seamlessly with ACF and WooCommerce out of the box, easy peasy, I know, but they're also auto-optimizing, so they're constantly learning from your shoppers' behaviors in order to get better and help your store convert more. And finally, Stripe Checkout keeps your sales flowing all the way through to completion. So we've built this experience to optimize everything from discovery through to purchase. With tools like this, you can feel confident that your site is converting its best, around 5 times better, according to our customers, resulting in fewer abandoned carts and instead driving higher average cart sizes. And then next, and last but not least, Streamline Operations is about helping you get back to managing your business and not your site maintenance. If there's one thing we all want, it's more time in the day. And these tools help reduce how much time you're spending on those day-to-day, week-to-week maintenance tasks. Smart Plugin Manager automates plugin and theme updates to not only keep your site secure, oh so important when you're dealing with customer and financial data, but also ensure your site is never left in a broken state. Additionally, site monitoring ensures you know the second you may experience any disruptions or downtime, keeping you up to date with the current state of your site 24/7. These tools free up more of your time for innovation and ensure your site stays secure, stays online, and stays available for your customers. So that means no more lost orders or poor shopping experiences. And with that, I'll pass it over to Cecilia to show us how quick and easy it is to optimize your Woo site with some of our performance features that we've been discussing. So Cecilia, over to you.
Thanks, Britt. Hi, everyone. As already mentioned, I'm Cecilia. I'm a product manager on the eCommerce team, and I'm going to show briefly how you can activate and use the features of the performance pack after you've purchased a license and start to realize some of those performance improvements we've been talking about. With the performance pack, you can choose to incrementally enable the features on your site for a cumulative benefit, with each feature having different levels of setup required. I'm going to start with the easiest one to configure and go from there. So looking at Slow Query Monitor, it's always on. You don't actually need to turn it on. It's always monitoring the queries on your site. It's built in, it's pre-configured, and it puts no additional strain on your server. From within the Slow Query Monitor page, you can easily monitor and identify changes in the performance over time or caused by a specific event. Slow Query Monitor provides a map to the root cause of the slowness and gives some recommendations as to how you can address them and thereby improve the speed of your site. While Slow Query Monitor will highlight issues, it doesn't actually fix them, so you will need to go and resolve the problem by yourself. Let's move on to the next two easiest ones to set up, Evercache and LiveCart. They only require one click each to add them to your site. With Evercache enabled, more pages are cached than is standard with Woo, And a cache page will load 2 times faster than a non-cache page. Just need to switch it on here in Portal, and then it's on for your site. Enabling LiveCart means that you'll be able to support more concurrent shoppers and be able to support high traffic times around the holidays. Next, let's talk about PageSpeed Boost. This will give code level improvements to your site without you actually needing to write a line or word of code. Again, easily configured from within the portal. You go to the PageSpeed Boost page. I have partially enabled it for this site, can choose to enable it. Pick the level of optimization that you would find appropriate for your site. Test it out to make sure that your site is not impacted, that your customers are still receiving everything that they need to do, and enable it. Very straightforward. For the next one we're going to talk about is dynamic plugin loading. As Britt mentioned, the average e-commerce site can have 30 to 50 active plugins. There's double the average a normal WordPress site will have. We know that those extra plugins are needed to support the day-to-day business of an e-commerce site. So we're looking to provide a functionality that means you can optimize that in the best way. For WordPress, it will load all of the plugins on each page, whether you actually need the functionality on that page or not. Dynamic plugin loading gives you more control over what assets are loaded from a plugin on each particular page. So when you enable or turn on dynamic plugin loading for your site, you can choose to exclude some of the WooCommerce functionality from pages that don't need it, like your landing pages or a blog post. To fully use dynamic plugin loading, you need to create a rule. It allows you to select the pages that you want to apply the rule for. You can say your refund policy. You can choose the plugins that you don't want that are not necessarily relevant, maybe WooCommerce in this case. You can give it a note and you can save it. The rule won't be activated by default. You are able to select it and test it just to make sure that it's working and not impacting your site in a negative way. And then once you've confirmed that everything is working, activate it and see the improvements roll in. Where you will see the changes that this impacts on your site is on 3 of the key page speed metrics used by Google PageSpeed Insights: file size, time to first byte, and latency. And with that, I'm going to hand sharing back to Britt, and we're just going to show where you can actually see some of these improvements without, not just in conversions and customer retention. In Portal, PageSpeed Boost will show the speed improvement for any site that it's enabled. For the slow query monitor, as you address the slow queries, they will disappear off your report. You can use the page web dev, web vitals, and assess the performance of your page. And for that, that graph in the background, that shows a before and after when Evercache was enabled on a customer site. And you see a CPU utilization drop significantly. And back to Britt to continue with more features.
Thank you, Cecilia. All right, now let's take a look at some of our conversion boosting and time saving features, starting with Smart Search AI. So we all may know searchers are 3 times more likely to convert on your site because they're already engaged and have some intent. But if that experience is lackluster or worse, returning no results, like when this shopper misspelled mug for mud, you're leaving money on the table. And We all know WordPress search leaves much to be desired, the default version, and the search experience nowadays comes with high expectations in the age of tools like ChatGPT and Google AI overviews. That's why your site search experience is more important than ever. E-commerce Performance Pack includes Smart Search AI to ensure that your customers never see no results. In this example on our site, Harbor Drinkware, even with misspellings, Smart Search AI's hybrid search settings was still able to understand the intent and the context behind the search. This also enables someone searching for things more contextual, like minimalist or reusable, to still find results and keep your visitors converting. And believe it or not, we took this experience from no results to a highly curated, accurate list with 3 clicks in WP Admin, which is so quick and easy, especially, like I said, as y'all are getting ready for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the holiday season. Even better, you also get insights on the most common searches performed on your site and searches that return no results, which will help you optimize your store, understand your customers, and maybe even expand your product catalog. Because from these results, I was able to see 102 shoppers have been searching for personalized mugs. Maybe that's my next business venture. And then next up, included with Smart Search AI is our AI-powered product recommendations feature, which again works seamlessly with ACF and WooCommerce. So this helps boost your conversions and increase your average cart size by surfacing popular, similar, or recommended products that accompany the product your customer is currently looking at on your site. So if my customer loves this mug because they're looking to buy it for themselves, maybe they see the tumbler option below and decide that's perfect for my friend or coworker. Next thing you know, your cart size has tripled from $36 to $112. Or maybe the opposite experience, if this mug isn't quite what my customer wants, there are similar options surfaced below that might just save me a sale. And I was able to add this functionality to my product page template, literally with the drag and drop of the AI recommendations Gutenberg block that comes with this product. It's yet another example of real conversion boosting and revenue increasing tools that we've included in the e-commerce performance pack. And then finally, the last thing we want to dive deeper into is Smart Plugin Manager. With Smart Plugin Manager, you can ensure your site stays secure from the #1 offender of sites getting hacked, namely out-of-date plugins, but also themes. Smart Plugin Manager offers countless WooCommerce friendly features with tools like automated backups and restorations if there's an issue, a maintenance window option, update time frame optionality, so you can choose perhaps your least busy hours or days for your store. You can also test on staging before updating in production. And the AI-powered visual regression testing checks pages like product pages, cart pages, and more that are again specific to WooCommerce. All of these options ensure that your site is never left in a broken state and frees up hours of site maintenance time that you can spend preparing for, again, those holiday promotions coming up. And with that, that's a quick overview of some of our products included in the new e-commerce performance pack, and finally site monitoring, as we mentioned at the start. If you're ready to start optimizing your WooCommerce site in preparation for the holiday season, we're ready to help you improve your performance, drive more sales, and streamline your site maintenance in record time. Like we showed you today, so many of these features can be enabled in a matter of minutes. And so whether or not you're ready to bring your site over to WP Engine today, or you have a site that you're ready to enable some new tools and functionality on to build that better, more enhanced site experience, you can do it in record time, and we're here to support you with that. And with that, I'm going to pass it back over to Erica for a quick little wrap up.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Britt and Cecilia, and thank you for joining us today. Before you go, if you'd like to see how a WP Engine customer, Burns Smokehouse, is using our e-commerce experience with WP Engine, take a look at this QR code or the link I dropped in chat. And if you are ready to grow your store with e-commerce performance pack, you can get a free demo with a WP Engine specialist. Link is also in chat and on this QR code. Take care, everybody. We hope to see you again soon.